Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. My name is Kai, and this is a show where I talk about pretty much whatever the fuck I want to talk about. This week I'm going to be talking about taking charge, because I think that being sure of yourself and setting the tone for every room that you walk into is important, and it shows resilience, and it shows that you're sure of yourself, which I think is a really fine attribute in a person. So this is something that me and my therapist have been talking about the past few sessions, because she brought it up to me and it kind of just has been in my mind ever since. She said, be the thermostat, not the thermometer. So obviously we know what thermostats and thermometers are, right? The thermostat reflects the temperature of the room, right? The thermometer, it sets the temperature for that room. I am the thermostat. Okay, hi, this is me editing. I'm stupid, and I don't even know how I didn't realize that I said it this way, but I meant that the thermostat sets the temperature of the room and the thermometer reflects the temperature. So, I apologize. I can set the temperature, set the energy, set the vibe of the atmosphere that I'm walking into. I have the power to do that because it's my life and I can do that. And you can do that for yourself too. For every room you walk into, be the thermostat. Don't be the thermometer. You set the temperature, you set the atmosphere. We have that choice to be the force that shapes our environment, and I think that's a really important thing to do, especially for our own mental health and our own mental well-being, because if we can't set the tone or set the atmosphere in the way that we want to, that's how we do get walked all over, and I don't like that. I hate getting walked all over, and I don't think anybody likes that feeling at all. Being the force that shapes my environment by being the thermostat and setting that atmosphere for myself, it just doesn't let life restrict me anymore. And I appreciate that, because I think that in a lot of ways life has restricted me in the past, but it's not even life that's restricted me, it's been myself, because I'm the one that put those restrictions on myself, and I was the one that wasn't sure of myself, and I never set the temperature in my own room. I would never ever be the thermostat, always the thermometer. I was always reflecting off of what other people need me to be. I would gauge based on the temperature of the room. I would see what other people needed and I would reflect that, and I would be that for this other person. And it becomes really draining really fast, because again, that's your energy, and this is a reoccurring theme in this podcast. You have to manage where your energy goes towards, and if you're not setting the atmosphere to the room that you're walking into, you're letting other people take charge of that. And if these people know that you're just going to morph into whatever version they need of you, they'll continue to walk all over you, and they'll continue to expect you to be the thermometer when you have the power to be the thermostat. Another thing that kind of correlates with this is meeting people where they are emotionally. And I think this is something that's really important, and it's something that I've had to take time to practice more recently. We are all doing the best we can with what we know. So if somebody doesn't have the knowledge, I can't expect them to know. I think that meeting people where they are is something that we need to grow accustomed to doing more often, because this is something that comes up a lot for me, because I don't want to sound like, I'm not trying to sound so full of myself, but I know and I'm aware that I'm extremely emotionally intelligent for my age, and that's something that I have to take into account when I'm meeting people to potentially, even friendships or relationships. There's things that I need in relationships and friendships, and things that I'm aware of that I need, and some people can't communicate at the level that I need them to, and at the level that I'm accustomed to for myself, which is okay, because that's the whole point. We're meeting people where they are emotionally, because I used to be extremely judgmental and wouldn't understand why people don't understand a certain thing. Like, I wouldn't comprehend that they just don't know this yet. We are all doing the best that we can with what we know. And if they don't know that, they can't do anything with it. Like, for example, if somebody doesn't know how to take accountability, we can't expect them to do it. And it doesn't make them right for doing that, but we can't expect them to do it when they don't know. And that's why mistakes are necessary, because we have to let people make their own choices for them to learn. Because if I didn't go through really stupid shit that I did, that I really made awful choices, I wouldn't have learned to take accountability when I did. I probably would have learned eventually, but life has lessons that teach you how to do certain things, and I think that at the age I'm at now, I'm kind of more equipped now with things emotionally because of my trauma. And I guess that can be taken as a good thing because I kind of know what to expect with my emotions, but at the same time, trauma doesn't really make up for that. I don't think we'll ever understand every single part of ourselves. And that's just life. I think nobody will ever understand every single part of themselves because we're constantly changing and evolving. I think that's so cool. But I think that taking charge can be difficult when you don't know yourself at all. And knowing yourself is really important when it comes to not letting people walk all over you and not letting people set the temperature in the room. When you can do that yourself, when you have the power to do that yourself. And that's why emotional intelligence is also extremely important, because that comes with knowing yourself and getting to know who you are as a person and what your needs are. I've also just been kind of having a hard time with keeping the peace around me versus within me. And that relates to taking charge, because I used to want to take control of so many things in my life, and I do have control issues. It's a thing I'm working on. And I thought that taking control and maintaining the peace with the things that surround me in my life would just maintain the peace in my life. But I would never think about the peace that's within me, which is, it's difficult because it's something that you cannot see, and it's something that's not really tangible, so it's hard to really gauge whether you have inner peace. I don't think we ever truly find inner peace. If you have, let me know. Let me know, girl, because I'm trying, I'm searching. I'm looking high and low. Have not found it yet. If you found it, let me know. But I believe, at least for me, I'm always searching for inner peace. And there are times where it feels like there's a lull and I'm at peace. But there's always something. There's always something lingering. That may just be me, and that's my anxiety in the back of my head. But I would constantly take charge of the things around me and not pay attention to what was going on within me. And that's something that I've had to learn to do, because I would just ignore the feelings within me. And that's not healthy. We know that. It's not healthy. But I think that keeping the peace within you is also another way of taking charge, and it's still setting the atmosphere. It's still you being the thermostat for yourself, for your own inner peace. I feel like for a long time when I would set the atmosphere to the room, I would make myself small and I would put myself into a really tiny little box, and I wouldn't let myself out of that box because I didn't want to see people I didn't want people to see me for who I actually was. Because if I got out of that box and I made myself big and I made myself loud and fucking singing and yelling and all the things that I do and writing and reading and just my big personality, I'm big, too much. I thought that I was too much. And I would keep myself in that tiny little box until I was nothing. And I would morph myself into whatever I thought that they needed me to be. And that meant making myself small for a lot of people. There was very few people that I felt like I could take myself out of that box for and truly just be me. So when I would take charge in that sense in the past, me taking charge meant that I would morph myself into whatever version they needed me to be. And that was not really me taking charge. That was me making sure that they were okay with me being around. Because for some reason, I always thought that my presence just required an apology. But now I know that taking charge means that I just have to be me. and I have to walk into a room confidently enough to be that thermostat and set the tone for the atmosphere in whatever way that looks like for me and whatever way that looks like for you, because it's going to look different for everyone. And I think that's a really important thing to remember, because not everyone's version of taking charge or being the thermostat looks the same. It all looks different for everyone. I set the temperature, the energy, the vibe. I'm in control of my life, and that is the most empowering feeling. I love it so much. So, yeah, this may have been really short because my brain is kind of all over the place. There's probably a lot of cuts because I can't keep a sentence going. The thought runs away. It went that way or that way. There's been lots of times during this podcast where I've just been dissociating, completely forgetting what I was talking about. So I will cut that for your sake. So you're welcome. Let's see. What's going on in my life right now? I feel like I haven't really been keeping you guys up to date with my life. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you about my car. Betty is pissing me off lately. So I have a 2018 Volkswagen Beetle, right? Cutesy little car. Her name is Betty. Betty the Beetle. Love her. So she's been giving me problems. Like, ever since I got her, there's been always kind of just something. And it's a Volkswagen, so I can't really just bring it to any old shop. It has Volkswagen parts, and it's like all separate, which is just way more expensive than it needs to be. But anyway, my coolant levels started getting really low, probably like, I don't remember when it was. It was when it started to get really cold. And so I thought that it was just the cold that was like fucking with my car, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just acting up because it's cold. Because I looked on Reddit. I just talked to my Reddit friends, of course, and they told me that Beetles are always acting up in the cold, and like the coolant light is like the most dreaded light for a Volkswagen Beetle owner because it's so common. And so I was like, okay, not a problem, right? Like, I'll just get some coolant, refill it, it's fine. Coolant levels looked good. 3 weeks go by. Then I'm on my way to my friend Laura's apartment, right? Car starts smoking. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. Yay! I can afford this. I can afford this right now. Yay! Anyway, so I pull over, right? I'm like, Laura, I'm sorry, I can't come. My car is smoking. So I pull over. My engine is so hot. Like, so hot. I pop the hood, and I had to wait for it to cool off because I'm not about to burn my hand. And I open the coolant thing. It is completely empty, like running on 0 coolant. And there's a good bit that needs to be filled up. So I get the coolant from my trunk. I fill it back up. And no, God, okay, okay, I got the coolant eventually. I was on my way to my friend Laura's house, right? I made it like 20 minutes out. And then the car starts smoking. So that's when I turn around. Still 20 minutes away from home, right? I didn't have the coolant in my car with me because, hey, I'm an idiot. Why the fuck did I not bring it with me? Anyway, that's on me. So I had to call my mom, and she was on work calls until like 6 o'clock, and it was like 5 o'clock. So I had to wait an hour, and she brought me my coolant, but my engine was so hot, I couldn't even start the car. Like, I would try to make it a few minutes, and it would just, the coolant light went on, and it was just overheating the fuck out of my engine, which I don't want to do. I don't even know much about cars, but I know that's not good. And so the problem is it's leaking coolant, right? Like, I'm losing so much coolant, it's not leaking under my car. Where's it going? Wait, where's it going? I googled that. And it's like so specific. Hey, why am I losing coolant, but it's not leaking under my car? And the only thing that pops up for that is a blown head gasket. Yay, 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 yay. I can afford that right now. I can afford that because I am just money bags. Money bags, that's me. Blown head gasket? What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Hello? I don't know. So, I don't know if that's it for sure because that's me being a mechanic on Google, but I really hope it's not because that would just mean I need to get a new car because repairing a blown head gasket is... I would wind up spending more than the car is worth at this point. So I may need to get a new car soon, but hey, I don't have enough credit history to get approved for a loan. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Because my car right now, I co-signed on it with my mom. But since then, my mom is going through bankruptcy, so she doesn't have a credit score. And so I have to be on my own for whatever car I get next. And I have a good credit score, but I just don't know if I have enough credit history that I will get approved for a loan. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, cuz as of right now, I'm just driving to like work, the gym, the library. Literally, those are the only places I go. And my car's been running fine the past few days as long as I'm like staying on top of refilling the coolant. But yeah, it's it's going to be expensive no matter what. If I have to get a new car, it's going to be my monthly payment's going to go up, and I can hardly afford. How are people affording life right now? Oh my god. How are people affording life? I'm spending almost $800 a month on this car. $800 a month with my car note and my insurance. What? That is so much fucking money for this car that gives me troubles nonstop. $800? What? I can't win. It's okay. It's okay. Christmas is coming. Christmas time is here. Something, something, something. Anyway, hope that was beautiful. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you guys last time. I told you guys that I was on Christmas break, but I didn't tell you about my final grade. My bio teacher did wind up rounding my grade up. So I ended bio with an A. Okay. You can hold your applause. Yeah, so that felt nice. It was good. I don't start my spring classes until January 13th, so I got so much time off, dude. What else? Oh, I got a new gym membership, so I'm still going to HotWorks, but I was like, I need something to spice it up, because when I first started going to HotWorks, I did have a regular gym membership, and it was nice because I got like, a variety. When I went to HotWorks, I would get my sauna workout done, my HIIT classes, my ISO classes, but then at the gym, I would be able to walk on the treadmill and read my book. That's number one, because I love reading, and it's not that I can't read while sitting still, but I read so much faster when I'm walking, and it's like, I like walking circles around my house, but at the same time, let me do it on a treadmill. Let me not get dizzy and fall over. And just the machine aspect at the gym, because I'm trying to gain some arm muscle. Also, oh my gosh, this is crazy, and this may not even seem like a big accomplishment for anybody but me. I reached 130 pounds. Hold your applause. Isn't that amazing? Oh my god. Okay, that may seem like stupid, but I've been underweight my entire life. Literally have always been told that I need to go eat something or I'm gonna fall over, or I'm as skinny as a stick, or just shit like that. I'm not as skinny as I was when I was a kid. I'm not like scrawny like that anymore, but I've always been extremely underweight, and it's not a fun feeling having people point that out, because people feel like they can point that out when you're underweight for some reason. Don't know why, but I have reached my goal weight. My goal for a really long time has been 130 pounds, and I didn't think I would get there because I stayed at like 115 for a really long time, and I had a hard time getting over that at all. So, yay. I'm so happy about that. Okay, books of the week. Number 1 is Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. It's an audiobook that I listened to. Excellent. It's about overthinking, and most of the thoughts that come into our mind just aren't relevant, and they're just that. They're just thoughts. They're not facts. They're not anything that's in existence yet. They're just thoughts. And I thought it was a really good book. And then I finished this book, You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow. So good. There's not even much to say about Kathleen Glasgow's books because they're so deep and real and raw and fucking emotional. This left me a wreck. Yeah, I would recommend this book. Alright, songs of the week. A Year From Now by Grace Anger, Christmas Magic by Leve, and that's all I have, which is kind of crazy. What else do I want to add? I feel like there's been another song that I've been playing on loop. Ooh, Julia by Mount Joy. Oh my god. That reminds me of my junior year of high school. That song was on loop. Good song. Anyway, yeah. Is there anything else I wanted to add? I don't think so. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and watching. Appreciate you. I'll be back before the new year. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. Remember that you're loved, you're valued, and you're appreciated in this world. And I love you. Take some charge. Be the thermostat. Okay. Bye.